Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Angie here with Too Cool Stamping. I think everything's working okay today. It's so good to be back. I'm sorry we had lots of internet issues last week, but we're all good to go. And I just want to make sure, there we go. So good to see you. I am hoping that everything is much better this week with internet. I am really excited to show you the projects today, and I know that you're going to love them because they're so quick and easy and kind of a fun new card that I have never done before, and maybe you haven't either. The buckle card. So we're going to be working on that today. I do have a quick project to show you before that because I didn't get a chance to do it last week, and I really loved it, and I've already blogged about it. And it's the Inspiring Iris card. I just love it so much. So I'm going to show you how quick and easy that is to put together. It's such a sweet card, and I just wanted to show you for sure. So I wanted to have a couple of announcements first because we have some things going on that are kind of important to know about. One is we had some announcements from Stampin' Up! This week. So one is the storage by Stampin' Up! That is available to order again. That's been on, it's been unavailable for a while because it was on back order. And so it is available now. Yay! I love that. So you can purchase this modular storage units. They're very, very versatile. If you want to know more about it, then you can go to my Facebook Live that I did specifically for that. If you go to my YouTube channel, just look for toocoolstamping.com, and that whole introduction to that series will be there. So that is one announcement that I had. Another one is, have you checked out the clearance rack? Yesterday, they put, Stampin' Up! Put stamp sets on the clearance rack for the first time ever. So there's a lot of different holiday stamps. Some of the limited time stamp sets that we had for just like a month, those are back on that clearance rack, and they're at really nice prices, discounted prices. Many of them have their coordinating dies that go with them. So check that out. You can go to toocoolstamping.com, and I have links there. That's the easiest way to find them. Everything's in the clearance rack, and there's dozens of new things there. So hopefully you'll check that out and maybe find some things for the holidays that you like. There's some other things too, some embellishments and things like that. Okay, third announcement I wanted to make. If you are one of those people who have a Stampin' Trimmer, which is now discontinued, now retired, it had been discontinued because of some quality issues with the blades. So that is no longer available, but if you have that trimmer, then you might want to stock up on some blades. Now, the blades are really hard to come by, and I'm going to tell you this and be completely honest. They are super hard to come by. That's part of the reason why the trimmer is not available anymore, is because it's hard to get the blades for this trimmer. So if you are wanting to stock up, there is a chance today, I'm going to tell you it's not a guarantee, but at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, that's noon Eastern Time where I am, they are going to have those available again. And I'm sure that this limited quantity that they have in will sell out very quickly. You have a maximum amount of 3 packs of two in each pack, and you have a maximum of 3 that you can purchase. And I'm telling you what, if you want those blades, you need to be on it really quickly. I mean, at 10 o'clock, you need to be ready to purchase because they will sell out. They are going to be, everyone around the globe is fighting to get some stock of these blades so that people can continue using their trimmer. Now, I'm not too worried about it myself. I am just resigned to the fact that these blades are not available to me. So, and I know a lot of people are going to try and they're going to be disappointed and not get them. So I'm just warning you about that. The good news is Stampin' Up! Is working on a new trimmer as we speak. We don't know the time frame for that yet, but it is going to be coming soon. So I'll have information on that as soon as it's available, and I am really excited about moving on to a different product that is going to be you know, blades that we can get in and a high quality trimmer. So anyway, I wanted to update you on that. And then, and then one last announcement is that I am going to be taking a vacation, and it's actually going to be 2 weeks that I'm not going to be doing an official live video here on Thursday. So the next time we'll be back, I think it was July 18th is the next, that seems like so far away, but July 18th will be the next live video. I know for sure there will not be one next week. It's July 4th, and I am taking a holiday for sure on that day. I may have, on the following week, on the 11th, I may have, don't hold me to it, but I may do just a little video that has to do with a bunch of swaps that I'm getting in. I have participated in many swaps this season, and I'm waiting for those to come in. I was hoping to have them today, but I don't have them yet. But I might just do a little video and show you some of the swaps and cool things that I got from my fellow demonstrators. So look for that on the 11th, maybe. I'm just going to say maybe. I'm not going to commit to it because I'm officially on vacation, so we'll see what we can do. Okay, let's move on. I wanted to start today by sharing the cards that I made a few days ago for my last Thursday's card class. Actually, I made them last week. I was going to do these as one of my projects for the Facebook Live for last week, but it didn't happen, so because of internet problems. So hopefully we're back. I'm going to do this quick card, and then we're going to show you how to do a really cool buckle card. Have you ever done one? They're so simple. I have never done one, and I tried it, and it was so super easy. So we're going to do that as well. I'm going to flip you around, and we'll get started on this first card that I have already blogged about. You can find out the information on that, on my blog, toocoolstamping.com. Okay, hold on, everybody. Okay, let's get us all set up here. Also, don't forget, if you place an order with me at toocoolstamping.com, click the Shop Now button, and you can get a thank you gift from me for ordering this month. And you just need a $75 order, and you get the faceted dots, and they match the in colors. So those are really awesome. And you do need to use the host code, the G3SG2XW6, on your order in the shopping bag page. So if you do that, then you will definitely get a pack of faceted dots sent to you as a little thank you for being my customer. I really appreciate it. Okay, so today we're going to work on these amazing cards. I'm going to move this just a little bit, get us back. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so these cards, I don't know if you saw them on my blog. I don't know what I have something weird here that's in the way, and I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, well, guess we'll just work with that. Sorry, I have something cutting off the photo. All right, so these are the cards that we did last week. I'm going to be doing them tonight as part of my last Thursday's card class. And they are so super cute and super easy, and I wanted to show those to you because they just go together so quick. Once I did one, I wanted to do one in every single color. I was having so much fun with it. Okay, so we're going to use the Iris, Inspiring Iris stamp set. That's on page 111. And the number is 149268. This is kind of a stamp set. It's not part of a bundle, and it is just kind of on its own, but I just thought it's so pretty. It's a two-step stamp set and just kind of sweet. So I couldn't wait to use it. I'm going to do, I told you once I did one, I wanted to try it in every color. And so today we're going to do kind of a combination of the So Saffron and Mango Melody. So we just start with a So Saffron card base. And we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and I want to use the piercing mat underneath because it's the photopolymer stamp set. So that needs just a little bit of cushion underneath it. And I'm going to start out with this really pretty border design right here. And we're going to stamp that across the front of this card with So Saffron. So I'm just going to go up about this high. And what I did, if you use grid paper, I love using grid paper. If you use grid paper, you can just kind of line up the line with your border. And that way you can use the same line over here on the other edge. And that way it's going to line up going all the way across. That was a nice little trick that I discovered when I was playing with this set. Next, we're going to use just a little, oh, I just got a little bit of ink on there. Oh, well. We're going to use some of the Designer Series paper. This is in Mango Melody, so we're not going to exactly match it. This is So Saffron and Mango Melody. We're going to try kind of a two-tone look. All the rest of these are in, you know, Petal Pink. Everything's Petal Pink. Pool Party and Highland Heather. It's all, well, I guess it's Highland Heather and Purple Posy because we didn't have that ink. Anyway, this is going to be another little kind of a dual color. So there's my little strip of gingham across there. I love that. And we're going to add some white baker's twine around that card front just to give it another little piece of texture. And trim that off. And then we'll do a little stamp sentiment. I'm going to scooch this over just a little bit. There we go. We're going to add a little stamp sentiment just in some Memento black ink. Actually, I'm going to wait to do that. I want to actually line it up a little bit better so that we know how much room that we have. That way it's positioned correctly. So I have another little piece of paper here. This is So Saffron. It's 3 by 3 3/4, and I have embossed it with the subtle embossing folder. Hey, I wanted to mention, I've had some questions about the 3D folders, and one of them is the subtle embossing folder. The ones that are carrying over into the new catalog from the old catalog, and just the 3D thick ones, these are actually not available for a temporary time period. It has to do with Stampin' Up! Getting a whole different die cutting machine at some point. We don't have it yet, but all of the dies and folders are being transitioned into a new style. We do have some new 3D embossing folders in the catalog. Like Scripted is one that is absolutely gorgeous. You have to have that. It's beautiful. That is a new folder that's 3D, and it is available. So any of the new ones are already in the new style, and you can you can select those right away to order. However, the ones that are carried over have not yet been transitioned into the new style. So that's one thing to keep in mind. They will be available at some point, but they are not currently available. Also, a thing that you should know about is if you purchase the 3D folders that are new in the new catalog and you have a current Big Shot machine or some, I'm not sure how they work with other die cutting machines, but if you already have the Big Shot machine, you will need to add some shims to that. And I'll go over that in another live video. I think that it's a really important one, but there's actually an embossing plate that you can use that they just came out with as a kind of an adapter, or you can use a shim of, like I used about 5 or 6 pieces of cardstock along with my new Scripted embossing folder to run that through on my Big Shot machine. Now when we come out with the new machine, that's going to fit perfectly in there. So I just wanted to, as a little aside, I just wanted to mention that. Okay, sorry, I totally got off track there for a minute, but I know that that's really important. Okay, we are going to add the piece here that I had embossed with the subtle folder. Just add a little bit of snail. If it's really humid in your area, you might want to add a little bit of tear and tape to have a more secure hold. So there's a background. I love this little piece. It's just, I love having just a small piece that's textured rather than a great big background piece, which is what I typically do. So it's a little bit different for me. All right, now we're going to stamp the Inspired Iris stamp image, and we'll do that in Memento Black right on a stitched shapes oval. I just still love those stitched shapes. They're such a classic, and they work with so many different things. Next, I'm going to use my Mango Melody, and we're going to do the solid image of the iris. And I love this because it goes right over the top, a two-step stamped technique, but it doesn't fit perfectly in there. So it's going to be messed up no matter what. It gives you some room for error, and I love that. So you can look through the photopolymer, line it up pretty good, and then stamp down. And so it's not ever going to be perfect. It's meant to be that way, and that's what I love. If they give me room for error, then I don't have to worry about being perfect. I don't know if there's anybody out there who likes everything to be just right, and it, you know, drives you crazy when it's not. So this, you don't have to be. Next, I'm going to stamp the Pear Pizzazz ink on the leaves that go with it, and I'm actually going to stamp off once. I just want it to be really light. And so I'm going to line that, that stem of the flower. And like the flower, it's not going to all match up. We don't care. That's the style of it. So I'm really liking this Mango Melody with that light background, the So Saffron background. I think it looks really pretty. Okay. Then just take a few dimensionals, pop it up a little bit. This is just such a sweet card. If you need a quick card for your friend, it could be a birthday card, a thinking of you card. It could even, depending on the colors, you could make it a sympathy card. It's just so quick and easy to put together. Okay, now I'm going to add that sentiment because we know exactly how much room we have, and hopefully we won't mess it up, because I hate when you mess it up when it's the last thing you add. There we go. Shoo! And then we're going to finish with a little, let's see if I brought my, I don't know if I did. I didn't bring my sequins over. Oh, maybe I was going to use some pearls. Let's use some pearls. You could use sequins. I used some sequins on here from the basic adhesive back sequins. These are actually from the Gingham Gala sequins. They're the blue ones. The balmy blue, I guess, was the color, but they're so light and iridescent that they really work for different colors as well. So I love that. And they actually, I forgot to put them on this one, but the Petal Pink from the basic adhesive back sequins works really well on here, or even the Grapefruit Grove from the Gingham Gala. Both work really well. So I'm just going to add a few of these pearls around the flowers, because you got to have some bling. There we go. So simple, so sweet. I'd love to know which color you like best. I'd love to know which color besides these colors you would do it in. Maybe an orange, maybe a pink version. So super awesome. All right. You can find all the card details for making these cards on my blog, toocoolstamping.com. It just happened in the past week. I can't remember what day it was, but you can scroll back and look at those blog posts and see when you can see all the card details for that. All right, let's move on to the featured project for today. I'm so excited to show you this. This is actually inspired by a card that I received from Susan Campfield. Like I mentioned earlier, I do swaps a lot, and I received this beautiful buckle card from Susan Campfield, And it just has a cute little card front that opens up and makes, this one's a beautiful little happy graduation card. I love that. But I love how it just kind of sits right inside there, just like a little buckle. Isn't that darling? I absolutely love it. So she used the products from the Come Sail Away suite, and I wanted to point this out. I don't know if I pointed it out before at some of our other lives, but I absolutely love this new catalog and how it's set up. When you open this to page 4, you start seeing all of the different bundles throughout the entire catalog, and it makes it really easy to find the ones that you want. So if I'm looking for the Come Sail Away, I can flip through all of here, and you can see all the ones that are bundles. They're the ones that are discounted, and it shows you what page to go to. It gives you the basic bundle price, and then it shows you what page to go to for all of the suite information. So the one here, Sailing Home Bundle, it's on page 145. So, and then every suite has this beautiful layout of a whole bunch of different sample cards, and then it has kind of a table of contents for the all the products that are in the suite. And then when you turn the page, you'll have the stamp sets that go with it, the paper. I love these pictures are so much bigger, so you can really see what the papers are, what they look like. I'm just so in love with how this catalog is laid out this year. It makes it really, really easy to find things that you love and shop. So anyway, I wanted to show that to you. We're using, she used the Sailing Home stamp set and smooth sailing dies. You can get them in the bundle. And that bundle is 151066, 151066. All the bundles are listed at the bottom of the table of contents for each suite. Super cool. So let's learn how to make this really awesome card. I figured out there's a little thing over here that is in the way of the camera, and I figured it out. It's because I have my camera backwards to what I usually have, so I'm going anyway. I don't know why I did it the wrong way, but I'm used to everything being on this side, and now it's over here, and I have something in the way here. It's probably my camera mount, but anyway, it threw me off a little bit, but we're on it now. Okay, buckle card. Let's show you how to make this really awesome buckle card. We're going to use a different suite. This one is going to be the Magnolia Lane suite, and I will show you all of that. I'll give you all the numbers when we're done. So this card starts with an 8.5 by 4 1/4 piece of paper. So you can get 2 out of a piece of paper, no problem. So this is petal pink. We're also going to score it at the 3-inch mark. So that gives us just a little flap here in the front for our card front. Then we're going to decorate it with some Magnolia Lane paper. I'm going to decorate the inside with some really pretty striped paper in that petal pink color. So this is 5 1/4 by 4, just the standard matte size. So I liked kind of having something. I loved how Susan had just some flying birds over here in the corner. That's so pretty. But I thought maybe it would be nice to have a little contrasting color there. Then we're going to decorate the front flap with Magnolia Lane paper. This is 2 3/4 by 4. This paper is so amazingly beautiful. It just looks so good and coordinates so well. I love it. So there is our coordinating front panel. Now here is how you do the buckle. We have it cut and sized just perfectly to work with the classic label punch. We're going to open that up, and we're going to stick this flap all the way down into the punch. We're going to line it up on both sides, make it even. Once you get it there, then you're going to punch all the way through the front flap. So there is our buckle piece, all ready to go. Super easy to line up, no problem. Then we're going to create the buckle. So this buckle is 7¼ inches long, and it is 2 inches wide, so it's going to fit perfectly in that classic label punch shape. Now, I've scored it here at, what was it, 3 5/8. Let me double check. Yes, 3 5/8. So that's a little bit of an odd number there, but it's 3 5/8. We're going to fold that in half. And before, we're going to do some embossing on it. And before we do that, we want to make sure that it's not opening this way. We want it to open this way, kind of backwards, because it's going to fit into that buckle. So I am going to do some embossing. Before I emboss, especially on a dark piece like this, I want to use my embossing buddy. Just kind of rub over that cardstock. It's going to eliminate static. It's going to take away the finger oils so you don't have any powder that is sticking to where you don't want it to stick to. We're going to use this little hello sentiment from the Good Morning Magnolia. Ink it up with some Versamark ink that's nice and sticky, and stamp that right on the corner there. I'm going to use some white embossing powder. I just keep my embossing powder in a little container, like a little Glad container. That seems to work well for me. And so I just put some of that on there, make sure I do still have a little bit of remnants there. Try to get those off. We don't want any little specks where we don't want them. And now we're going to heat this up with our heat tool. I love embossing. I don't do it as much as I used to, but it's so professional looking. So I don't know if you can see it, but if you've never done embossing, it's such a wow. You just heat it up until it turns glossy and smooth. And look at see my heat tool? This is from 15 years ago, guys. 15 years this has lasted. Just had to plug that because that's an awesome thing. All right, so if you have any remnants of it looks like I did get a little bit of embossing powder there. Whoops. If you have any leftover remnants of your embossing buddy, you can just use a tissue and wipe that up. Next, we're going to add this to our card. And this is super easy to do as well. I'm just going to take some tear and tape. I like to use tear and tape for this since it's going to be a piece that moves a lot. And this will give it a little bit of extra security so it stays in place. Might add a little bit of snail on the sides here. And to add it, all we do, we're going to stick this top piece through that buckle, and then we're going to center that. Carefully lay it down centered on your card. There we go. And now we have a cute little buckle. Ta-da! So, so darling. Now to decorate, we're going to use, did I bring it over? This, another sheet of paper that we have is the Magnolia Lane paper, and it actually has the flowers that you can die cut with the, what is it called? I can't remember the name of it. Magnolia Memory, I think, is what it's called, dies. So you can cut this directly out of the paper, or if you want to, you can actually stamp that same flower and color it however you like. But I actually just got it right out of the paper. I'm going to go get it really quick. I left it. Hold on. Okay, I just had to show it to you because it's so awesome. So you can die cut all of these flowers out, or like I mentioned, it's the same flower that you can stamp. So I'm going to use the Magnolia Memories dies and cut that out. You can see I just have this piece here. It goes perfectly with that shape. Love it. So I already have a piece that's cut out. and we'll use that. But let me give you a real quick tip with these new dies that Stampin' Up! Is carrying. I absolutely love the new dies. I feel like they run through a lot smoother, and it seems like the paper releases a little bit better than previously with the other dies. The only thing I am not a fan of, and I'm telling you what, I love my products, and I'll sell you my products and tell you the best things about my products. If I'm not happy about something, I'm going to be honest about things that I don't necessarily love. And I'm sure that you'll find this too. But I don't necessarily love the new envelopes that the dies come in. And there's a couple of reasons, but hopefully maybe they'll improve someday. Who knows? But they don't have the name written on the top anymore. So I used to throw this piece away that had the name of the die on it, but now I'm not going to, because I want to know what die set that is. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to stick this in here. Now, one thing I have noticed, and I usually like to put it on a magnetic sheet. I haven't gotten to switching this over yet, but one thing I've noticed is when you go to shut this, it has a little piece here that tucks in to this piece. And this is the part that really drives me crazy. I cannot get that in there. And I don't know about you. Maybe you have these and are having trouble, or have seen them. But anyway, I was having a lot of trouble with that. So I had to have a little workaround to keep my sanity. So what I did, I was actually considering cutting them off, but I didn't want to completely ruin them for resale value, and just because if I ever wanted to take them somewhere, I don't want the dies to just fall out. So I just am putting that piece of paper in there and then tucking that whole flap inside. So now I just have a pocket, and I don't have to worry about that flap. And now my life is so much better, and things work so much nicer, and I can still just keep them. I keep them in a little file, like a flip file type of thing, and that's going to work so much better for me. So I don't know if that helps you, but that helps me love this pocket a little bit more. I do like that they are nice and quality envelopes, and they're nice and big too. So you can get a lot of dies on there. So I am liking that. Anyway, I wanted to show you that tip. Again, I keep interrupting myself, but there's some good things to know. All right, so we're back to our framelit, which has cut out our little magnolia. We're going to use a couple dimensionals and pop that up on our buckle. Super cute. Let's see. Oh, and this one, I actually put a couple of pearls up here. So you can decorate the outside here. You can add pearls. You can, there's really lots of different versatility. It has a lot of versatility, so you can do a lot of different things with the buckle. The only thing you need to watch out for is anything that's right along this side. So when I open it up, I added a little piece in here to write on. This is 3 3/8 by 1 3/4. 3 3/8 by 1 3/4 for the writing area, and I just use that stamp that coordinates with this magnolia to give a little detail there. Super cute, super fun, super easy. I couldn't believe how easy it was. So that was the second version. I have more versions because I couldn't stop. Once I realized how easy it was, I was like, let's try some different ones. Now this one, I have not actually put this together, so I don't know how it's gonna, brought some pieces together to try, but I don't have a finished sample. So we'll see how it goes together. We'll see if it works or not. So this one starts out with Night of Navy. And we're gonna add the Floral Essence paper, Designer Series paper. This is beautiful paper. I absolutely, I mean, do I say that about every single paper? Probably, but I only use the ones that I love, love, love. And I love, love, love many of them. So there's the front. If you can see that paper, do you see that it's like, it has the details like it is painted right on a canvas. It truly is a canvas acrylic painting that they have photographed. It is absolutely gorgeous. All right, for the inside, I'm using another piece with the coordinating petal pink background, kind of a, it's all painted. It all looks like it's acrylic painted. So those of you who are artists, is this like a Monet or Renoir? I don't know. So there is my card base. Now let's put the buckle. I already got the buckle, is a Night of Navy. I'm going to do a little bit of embossing on this one as well. Like I said, I have not tried this. This is as we are going, we're kind of making it up. So we'll do that. We're gonna get our white embossing powder. I forgot to use my embossing buddy. It happens most of the time, I forget. It's always better when you use it, but I usually forget. So we'll see what happens. All right, and then pardon me again as I do a little embossing. This will be pretty quick, I think. See if I can get it up here, you guys can see what's happening. Or it's really super loud and it's hurting your ears. Okay. That's so pretty. All right, now for our focal point, I am going to, let's see, I'm going to use the 3-petal flower from the Floral Essence stamp set. And we're going to stamp that in Night of Navy. We'll stamp off and then stamp on some scrap paper. So it's just kind of a lighter version of the Night of Navy, and I'm going to do it twice. So stamp off once. And you'll notice that I am pointing one of the petals up when I'm stamping along the border. That's because I want it to match the coordinating punch. So you'll just line that up, punch it out. And so we have some pretty flowers there. I think I need to do a little bit of coloring just to kind of make it match a little better. Does this ever happen to you? Just like stuck together? I feel like I'm a comedy of errors today. Okay, I'm going to use, there's some really pretty pinks and like peach colors in there. So I'm going to use a light Calypso Coral and a dark Flirty Flamingo. So let's do the dark Flirty Flamingo, kind of in the center, like the darkest part of the petals. And then we'll use the lighter Calypso Coral on, I'm going to use the other end. This one, my tip is looking a little bit worse for wear. There we go. Looks like my Stamp and Blend is running a little bit dry. I'm going to have to purchase another one. I've been asked, how long do Stamp and Blends last? Well, it really all depends on two things. How much do you color with them? How many projects are you coloring? And do you leave the cap off for very long? Because they are alcohol-based. So like a Sharpie marker or any alcohol-based marker, it's going to dry out on you if you leave the cap off for too long. Okay. You can go through, remember, and blend those colors together. So even though they're not the same color, light and dark, you can blend. Let's see if you can see the difference. So this one is blended, and then this one is not. See, you can see that line going across there. So just so that you know, you can have two different looks there. So I am going to add that. Let's see. I have so many things around, I can't find everything. I have my, I'll have to use my little mini dimensionals because I somehow, oh, here they are. My regular dimensionals right there, and I couldn't find them. And we'll just pop those up and then pop that up again. And before I put this down, I'm getting out of order here. I want to put that buckle on first to make sure that it's in the right place so that I don't get that flower in the way of the buckle. So I'll put some tear and tape. And a little bit of snail on the side. And then we'll attach that. And oh, we didn't do our buckle. See, I'm totally out of order here. What's going on with me? Okay, we need to have this little hole over here with the classic label punch. So now we can put the buckle on. I'm like going so out of order. And get that nice and straight. And then we can add that flower right here. That'll be perfect. There we go. Let's add, let's see if we have a little sentiment we can add. I'm gonna get my Night of Navy ink and a little sentiment. Let's see, what does the outside say? The outside says, all days are beautiful that begin with you. And this says, no, that's not the right one. That goes with the next card. With friendly thoughts and best wishes today and every day. So we're going to add that with Night of Navy and finish up. Maybe we'll do a little bit of pearls on that as well. Actually, let's see if we have, how about some of these? Have you guys tried these? These are the Noble Peacock Rhinestones. Let's try some of those. We'll use a couple of these blue ones over here and just give it a little bling. And I'm not sure, I was going to try to use these cute little, they're called Perennial Essence Floral Centers. Have you seen these? These fuzzy little centers that look like a real flower. They're adorable. So I'm going to put that right on the middle. Now I did find out from a friend that when you use these, they are kind of big and they make your card kind of lumpy, and the post office doesn't like it. And especially since I've already popped these up twice. So this is going to be a hand delivered card because the post office will not deliver that without it being in a special padded envelope, I would imagine. So you're going to have to spend some extra on postage. But you could take that off. You wouldn't have to use that and it would be fine to go through the mail. But I just thought I wanted to try that little fuzzy center. It's so, so cute. Anyway, what do you think about that? That's the Floral Essence version. And I was going to kind of do one more card for you, but we're running out of time. So I'm just going to show you what I did. I did have this one done. This is with Above the Clouds. And I used the Designer Series paper from the collections, the 6x6 collections. I put some ribbon on it this time, so I thought that was fun. I thought I needed a little more purple on there, so that's the Gorgeous Grape mini striped ribbon. I used the Above the Clouds stamp set. Let's get that. And I colored it with Stampin' Blends. I used Lovely Lipstick, Bermuda Bay, some Highland Heather, and then the sentiment is from the same stamp set. I used some of the Noble Peacock rhinestones again. This is another one of the images, and then when you open it up, it has the 3 little balloon images. So I love that too. And this one says, "You're off to great places." So I thought that was kind of fun. You can see how easy it is, how versatile it is. You could take just about any stamp set that you own and make a cute little buckle card. I just love how easy it is. So I want to thank Susan Campfield again for her swap and her inspiration. I absolutely have loved making these cards. And then I promised that I would go through some of these product numbers with you really quick. So the Magnolia one that we did first, if you want to get that bundle is 151087. If you liked the Above the Clouds, that bundle is 151135, and that comes with a stamp set and also the coordinating punch, so you can punch out those hot air balloons really quickly. The